All righty, welcome everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Brownsville Tech Live. And tonight we are starting our annual Black Friday ritual where we have shows for the entire month and we cover all of the Black Friday deals up until Black Friday, which by the way, this year is on 11/28. And once again, joining me this year, like he has for the last 3 years, Mr. Steve Rodriguez. Steve, welcome back.
What's up, Dan? How you doing? Thanks for having me on the show. Dude, you said it's been 3 years already that we've been doing this?
It's been 3 years, actually
Wow.
four, right?
Wow.
But yeah, it's 4 years. Four
So,
years in
hold on,
total.
but last year we didn't do it.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. I think it was a little condensed, but we did.
All right,
Just a
cool.
little bit.
Wow. All
Or
right.
at least that's what my memory serves me right.
Last year I thought you were preoccupied in San Antonio, Houston
No,
area.
it was the year before.
Oh, wow. It's been that long?
It's been that long.
Wow. All right,
So
cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
But
So,
but
what's the word?
this is episode number 78 for the year, by the way. So
You have comments on?
yes, we do. We have the comments on, but they're
Do you
only
see them?
active. They're only active on the second screen. Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, see?
There we go. Awesome.
Yeah. So basically, the comments are on the secondary screen. So,
All right.
but
So, what
anyway,
Black Friday specials do you have for this year?
well, this year's a little different from last year. Last year, we concentrated on the big box retailers, your Walmarts, your Amazons, your Best Buys. This year, we're going to do the same, but we've got an advantage because we actually have signed up with some partners online. So we have a few retail partners and affiliates
All
that
right.
we are now doing. We're actually advertising their products now. So it's going to be a little different. So we're going to do both this time around. Give me 1 second. I've got to fix you up still on the other screen. You're somewhere. Hold on.
I don't
Where
need
are
any
you?
fixing up. Hey, I'm handsome the way I am, so
Hold on. Let's see
I'm all
here.
good.
Where are you?
I'm right
You
here.
got
I'm all
lost. I
what
know
already?
you got lost. Hold on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. There you are. Now you're better. Okay. All right. So, yep, it's going to be different this year. So we're going to go ahead and flip over. And, of
Well, we got
course,
people already liking. Mr. Jaime Martinez is watching. What's up, Jaime?
Jaime is on. He's
Yeah,
finally
go.
on. Give me 1 second while I hopefully get the virtual iPhone up and running. I may have to restart this thing again. Let's see here. Restart. Give me a second here.
So this is the Black Friday special for 2025,
For
and
20.
our what are these sponsors, retailers? What do you call them?
Partners,
Partners,
affiliates, retail.
affiliates, all right?
Yeah. Let me turn this. Let me turn it back on. I think part of the problem is I have my screensaver on my iPhone on. Let me deal with this. Give me a second. Hold on. Where is it? Settings. And where are you? General. I think it's under general.
Jaime Martinez says he wants a 98-inch TV.
Well, there's definitely up to 86 in certain cases. Now, where is that?
You want it for the whole wall? What?
He wants it for the whole wall to
You
watch his Broncos.
Yep.
Yep. He wants it just in time for the Super Bowl. All right.
I
I think
tell
I
you.
turned off. Yeah, things aren't very good right now. That's for sure. Come on, kick in AirPlay. There we go. All right. Cool. All right. So as we mentioned, for those of you out there, we have mobile apps that basically have all our content. But in addition to that, we've got advertising now that we're doing for some of these retailers that we've partnered with. So if you go to our mobile apps, you're going to see some advertisements. And one of the
Hey, I got
most
that wood pellet pizza thing. What's that?
the wood pellet pizza is a manufacturer that we've partnered with. Give me a second. And basically it's Bighorn Outdoors, and they sell all kinds of grills. They've got a 12-inch right now wood pellet pizza oven for about $199, and basically
Have
you
they
can
sent
make your
you
own.
have they sent you any products?
I'm working on it. The one that I really want is this one, which is the gas one. Give me a second here. The one that I really want is this one. And this is a gas-fired pizza oven. Now, as you know, I already have one, but I have a wood-fired pellet one. And they're great. The only problem with anything related to wood, charcoal, whatever, is that the temperature is unregulated. In order to increase the heat, you have to throw more wood. In this case, more wood pellets. So you've kind of got to keep a consistent temperature. Your pizzas have to bake for about 900 degrees. So you constantly have to stoke that fire. But with a gas-fired one, you don't have to worry about that. It's basically consistent with the temperature. And the one that I would like to get is this one. It's $249 right now. And this one is gas-fired. Now they've got a cheaper one. If you go over to the gas-fired ones, they've got a 12-inch, right?
They have
That
two.
12-inch.
They have two. Then they have two. One for $119 and one for $125.99.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the size. So this one is
They're both
12
12
inch.
inches.
They're both? Hold
Yeah.
on, let me go back.
One's black and one's stainless steel. I don't know.
Ah, that may be why. Oh, it's a different model. It's probably a different model. It's a silver. Ah, because that one is an indoor. The stainless steel is an outdoor. So you can have a pizza oven internally or externally. So this one's an indoor. Not that you can't use it outdoors. You can use it outdoors. But the stainless steel is the one that will survive the rain, the dust, the heat, So I think that's the reason why it's a little bit more expensive. But those are the ones that I'd like to get. Like I said, I'd like to get this one.
Hey, Dan, there's a 40% off code right now for that one. If you do it, it's $72.
Where?
I just did it. It's $72.
Oh, wow. For this
There's
one?
a 40% off on that one, the 119 one. You hold it, you go to out, right? You add it to the cart, right? And it's a 40% off. So $72 if you want to get it.
Oh, wow.
That ain't bad at all.
That's pretty good. No, that is not bad at all.
I wonder if they'll give it to you for all of it.
No, because I already went to the other one that I wanted. And I don't think... Let's see.
Yeah, 40% off, Dan.
Well, it's
40% off.
For the one that I want?
No, 125.99.
Oh no. Remember, I want this one.
Oh, a better hand-be choosers. Hey.
Well, I know, but that one's a nice one too. I mean,
Let me
I
see.
wouldn't mind having the other one. I really wouldn't mind having the other one. Now they
Yeah,
also
you're
have
right. No, that one doesn't have the 40% off.
no, but they also have, if you're afraid of gas, you can do electric. And they've got electric ones too. Now they're a little bit more expensive, right? And they're 14 inches. Those are $359.99. And they come in two colors, black or stainless. Let's see. Multi-fuel. Now these are interesting. You can do pellet and gas or pellet and electric. So either one. So it's dual fuel. In fact, with these, if you want that woody smell, but you don't want to kind of deal with the unevenness of the heat, well, you can do gas and pellet to give it a smoky flavor. So that's pretty cool. They've got some pretty good stuff. They've got grills also. They've got these infrared grills.
Yeah, there's a in that. That has a $56 coupon.
Yeah. And then they sell a camping stove. That's kind of neat. If you want to go out to the beach, right? That's kind of cool. So that's pretty cool. So they're one of our retailers. Like I said, if you click within our web app, then you're going to get those discounts. So, and then let's back out here. I guess I'm going all over the place. Let's see.
Right, hey.
Trying to get back to our homepage. What the heck?
Jaime's asking what has been the best Black Friday purchase.
Always TVs, and we're going to cover that tonight too. We're going to dedicate some time to TVs. All right, so we're back. So one of the other things is we've partnered with Pissy Fun. And Pissy Fun is a manufacturer of fishing rods and reels. And you know, of course, you can buy rods and reels at Walmart, right? Cheap. The problem is you go fishing, you stick that rod in the you stick the lure in the water with your cheap rod, and chances are your catfish, the first catfish you catch, which of course you know you're going to catch nothing but catfish on your rod's going to break. So your cheap rod ended up breaking. Well, Pissy Fun is a premier manufacturer of fishing rods, and right now they've got an 80% off on certain rods and reels. So basically, they've got different types of reels, They've got spinning reels, casting reels, electric reels. I don't know what those are.
Oh, wow.
And they've got reels for ice fishing. I don't know if do you know what ice fishing is?
That's in Alaska, isn't it?
No, it's actually anywhere there's a frozen lake. What they do is they go out to a frozen lake, right?
Create a hole.
And they create a hole, and they sit out there and they stick a rod down there to catch a fish. Now, where I saw this was in Buffalo, New York, out on the Niagara River. The Niagara River freezes during the winter, and people actually go out there and they actually get on the ice and they fish. And the way you see them is they're not freezing. They've got these specialized tents where they go in there. They basically put it right over the hole, and they're in there fishing. And they can even have heaters because the ice is so thick that even with a heater, it's not going to melt. You're not going to like fall in the water.
Right now.
And people do this. People do this on Niagara River. It's pretty cool to watch. You know, I didn't watch it like up close, right? But as you're traveling down the highway towards downtown Buffalo, you'll see all these fishermen doing the ice fishing thing. So there's actually some ice fishing reels. But if you click on like the spinning reels, you'll see all the different types of reels. And they're not that bad. I mean, reels are not cheap, right? You can go anywhere from $50 all the way to, I've seen some for 1,000, right? And of course, there's brands out there. There used to be a brand called Zebco. I don't think they exist anymore. Penn used to be another one. So, yeah, so they sell all kinds of reels. And of course, you know, they've got some cheap ones too, you know, for $26. They've got some as high as $80. But you've got several, you know, different types of reels. And they sell rods too as well. They've got spinning rods, casting rods, saltwater rods. I had no idea there was different types of rods. I mean, I remember going fishing with my uncles, but I didn't think they really cared what kind of rod it was as long as it could hold the line.
Right.
And
I don't know
roar,
much about
right?
fishing myself, but
I guess there's differences, right?
I guess
So
there is.
fishermen, so for fishermen out there, you know, who know this stuff, you know, check out, you know, Pissy Fun. And they've got this little spin wheel here. I don't know how true those are. I know that this kind of spin wheel was pretty popular in like Temu, right? You go to
Yes.
Temu, you get the wheel, and sometimes you get something. But yeah, I mean, but the rods are a little bit more expensive. They're like $200, $300. I mean, I hope that, you know, when you catch the catfish, these probably won't break, you know. And the other thing I was reading up on is the price of a fishing rod depends on the type of materials that are used, whether they're fiberglass, what's it called, carbon fiber,
Harbor
and
fiber,
so
another
forth.
one.
Yeah, is another one. So there's different types there. So that's Pissy Fun. So if you go to our web app, you'll see that. And then we've also partnered with another company called Tidewee. And Tidewee is a duck hunting manufacturer. Nope, I don't think they're related to Duck Dynasty by any means. And I didn't even realize there's a company that sold duck hunting products. But they sell tents, they sell the boots, they sell all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, I didn't think it was.
For duck hunting, is it?
No, you can actually get like waders, right? If you're doing hunting in the water, right? So they've got waders, and then they've got all kinds of heated jackets, heated vests, heated hunting seat,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So that's pretty cool. And then if you scroll down, we've got two more partners. And I'll go ahead and start with the last one that we just partnered with yesterday. It's Raven. And basically Raven is a manufacturer, another hunting manufacturer, but these guys sell crossbows. Remember crossbows like in the Dukes of Hazzard? Or Luke Duke would get their bow and arrow and they'd shoot an arrow with fire to Roscoe.
Right.
Well, I think I'm dating myself.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I just saw there's a 20% off for all veterans site-wide.
Well, there you are.
That ain't bad.
No. So if you're into crossbow hunting, this is a pretty cool site as well. And of course, for hash brown and tithe earth, you know, we've also partnered with Zeal Pet Food Products. And Zeal Pet Food is premium food. This is not, you know, cheap old Roy. It's not even the expensive Hill Science diet. I don't know what the latest pet foods, the expensive pet foods are. Is it Hill Science diet and something else?
Still the same, yeah. Science diet, yeah.
Yeah, so what do you give your dogs?
The outside ones are Walmart.
Old Roy?
It is Hibbles and Bits.
Oh, okay. That's
$30
still not too bad.
for $30 for a 45-pound bag.
Well, this food would be more for hash brown Thai, of course. The only, and by the way, they've got a 25% off, plus you get a free gift if you order. Okay. The difference is that this is, hold on, how can I get out of this thing? Let's see. There we go. You can shop for dogs and cats. Now this is air dry, right? Oh, they want me to key in my email.
Yes,
Oh my gosh. You know what that means. They're going to be sending me all kinds of stuff.
Dude, 97.49.
Yeah, but you get a 25% coupon.
Yeah, that's what's the 25% off.
And how big is that bag? Did I tell you?
There's a, oh my, no, Dan, sorry.
Yeah, but with this, they're never going to be hungry. One little bag will be a good serving.
5-pound bag, $129.
Don't you want to feed your dogs the best dog food? I mean, yeah, it was kind of pricey, right? But there probably are people out there that love their pets that much. You know, I mean, unless you're Elon Musk or something, right? I don't think he'd feed his dogs that.
$129.
I mean, Zsa Zsa Gabor would have fed. Zsa Zsa Gabor would have fed her dogs that.
All right. Guys, she has money, right?
She had money. She's dead already.
Oh.
You know, Alice Walton. Well, for those of you that love your dogs a lot, there's an opportunity to get them premium dog food or cat food. You know, so, but we've partnered up with them. We're not discriminatory, you know, and so we've partnered up with them. So those are the partners that we've partnered up with. So I really like the outdoor grill one, and I really like the fishing reels and rods one. I think those are pretty cool, and they're pretty reasonable, right? I'm not into crossbows hunting, right? And of course, I'm too much of a poor podcaster to feed my puppies Zeal pet food. But like I said, we're not discriminatory. But besides them, and obviously, once again, go to our mobile app. So you can go to Brownsville Tech Live, right? Or you can actually go to 956 Live as well, and we're advertising there as well for some of these retailers that we've hooked up with. So, but the focus, if I can get to it, is TVs. Obviously, we always cover TVs every year. We start off covering TVs every year, and Walmart's got some pretty good deals overall.
But those are last year's models, right?
Well, actually, no. These that are advertised are not last year's models. The models that you end up buying on Friday or attempting to buy on Friday could be last year's models. In some cases, I've even heard that they're models with less features, right? But those are the ones that come on sale on Friday, and those are the ones that people line up at midnight. You know, they camp out at Best Buy primarily, right? And they're out there waiting for that. I think I've only done that once, and it wasn't Best Buy. I think one time we did it for the mall. Remember we used to have a, remember when Toys R Us closed? You know, we had a Toys R Us back at Amigoland, and ever since then, they haven't done it in a while. But, well, Toys R Us is no longer in business in general, right? But before they completely went out, they would open these small little Toys R Us stores in the mall for Christmas. And it was right there before you go into the food court where they would have the Toys R Us. So during Black Friday, they would have these sales. And when my daughter was young for Toys R Us, I think we did it one time where we woke up like at 4 o'clock in the morning and we waited in line for those 40% sales. I can't even remember what we were buying, but it must have been something to wake up at 4 o'clock. But I've only done it once. Never done it after that. You know.
I've never done it.
Yeah. I mean, but there's people out there that will sit. You know, they'll camp out in tents at Best Buy the night before, you know, for something.
Hey, Jaime, have you done that? Ask Jaime. He might have done it. I don't know.
Yeah, Jaime's loaded. You know, he's got money. You know. But anyway, Walmart's got a whole deal sales, right? And the one that I was looking at, but I kind of figured I can't really support it now because my entertainment center, I remeasured again. It's 110 inches across, okay? The problem is that that it's broken up into 3 sections, right? So it's not 110 across solid. It's broken into 2 sides, and the middle section's about 75 inches, okay? Well, no, it's 65 inches. Well, initially, you know, we all want a bigger TV, right? You know, one of the big things is I wanted an 86 inch or an 85 inch, right?
Yeah, you must have real money.
Huh? No, I don't have real money. I've been dreaming about this for months, okay?
Keep on dreaming.
I'm going to keep on dreaming, you know. The problem is that the main console is only 65 inches wide, okay? Well, 65 inches, if you've seen my living room, there's a window behind it. Well, if I were to buy an 86-inch TV, it would literally cover the entire window. So that's out of the question, right? And so it's going to have to be a 75-inch instead of an 85-inch. Now, it bothers me because the whole reason for me of getting that 110-inch long entertainment thing was to support something greater than 75 inches. That was the plan. But I never factored in the window, right? It would look really odd. Really odd if I were to get an 85-inch at this point. So does it bother me that I'm not going to be able to sport one? Yeah, it bothers me because I really was looking forward to 85 inches. So now I've got to settle for 10 inches less, which is 75. You know. But with that said, they do have a sale, Jaime. I know that you want to buy one for the Super Bowl because you're anticipating that your team is going to be at the Super Bowl. For $698, they have a Vizio. It's 86 inches, 4K Ultra HD. And the way you can tell, and you want to make sure what you have your TV, what your TV is going to be on, right? If you have a built-in entertainment center, you need to measure your space, because the last thing you want to do is to buy a TV and then it doesn't fit. You know, some people have these built-ins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing you want is not being able to fit the TV, because then you're going to have to buy the TV and the entertainment center. But basically on Walmart, if you scroll down, it literally tells you the inches across. Now, if depending on your space determines what you can support. So in this case, as I told you, this is the one that I was looking at. It was this 86 one. Well, it measures 75.6 across, which means it would overlap the window. But a lot of people get confused, right, between the inches, right?
Right.
Because people said, oh, I went and bought this 85-inch, right? So they bring it home, they go get their measuring tape, and they measure across, and they find out it's not 85 inches, so they think they got ripped off. Well, that's not the way TV manufacturers, PC monitor manufacturers measure. They measure diagonally,
Right.
from point to point. So point to point, this Vizio is exactly 85.5 inches. So the inches that are advertised are not inches across. They are inches diagonal, right? But in the case of an entertainment center, you want to be able to ensure that if you have an entertainment center already, that TV is going to fit across, right? Because that's the last thing that you want, is to buy a TV and find out that you got to get rid of the entertainment center because it doesn't fit. Now, what's kind of surprising about Vizio, I've got a Vizio TV upstairs, and then I have a smaller one. The problem with Vizio in the past was, and it's with everybody, it was with all of them, they had the certain built-in apps, right? It's not like when you have Apple TV or Roku, where you have hundreds of apps available to you. The TVs came with their own apps. Usually it was like 7 or 8.
Yes.
So if, for example, you wanted to get a specific streaming app, you may or may not be able to see it. And I believe what has happened since then, a lot of the TV manufacturers have now their own app stores, so they have a little bit more apps. Now, are they going to have as many as Roku or Apple TV? No, they're not. In fact, I think Roku still leads the pack when it comes to the kind of apps, right? The problem, there's apps and then there's apps, right? You can have apps like Hulu, Netflix, ESPN, Disney, the name brand apps. And then you have all the other apps, independent apps. So it's not always worth it.
Right.
You know? So, but for $698, that was the one that I was interested in. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen because it's too big and I just don't have the money.
But there's a forepay, isn't there?
Of course, there is a forepay. But, you know, I'm a poor podcaster, you know. I'm a poor podcaster. But besides that one, I mean, they've got some a little bit more expensive ones. Like they've got this Hisense one for like $1,400. That's a 75-inch. Then they've got a 50-inch Hisense for $178. And that one is based on Google TV. And that's what you need to look out for too, is the type of service that's embedded within the TV. Because, you know, there's Google TV, there's Roku, and I believe there's some TVs out there that are Amazon Fire Stick as well. So depending on your preference, right, determines also the type of TV you want to get. I mean, if you're a Google TV person, then you want to go with Google. Like
Right.
the majority of my stuff here is Roku. I like Roku. Some people who are Apple aficionados, well, they like Apple and they want to stick with Apple stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but for $178, that's not a bad TV. I mean, 50 inches. I mean, I can't even call it a bedroom TV or an extra room TV. I guess maybe a master bedroom TV, right? That would work, you know. I mean, a regular TV, kids TV, maybe 32, maybe 40.
40.
40, right? And of course, they've got some cheaper ones too. Now, I think you've seen this before at Walmart, right? These ONN.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think of them? I've bought ONN stuff before. Like I'll be honest with you, there's a cable. The cable here that's connected to my video switcher. I couldn't find anything long enough except for an ONN. And it works fine. So I don't know. But ONN, I think, is exclusively sold at Walmart. Now, that's a 32-incher, by the way. Now, where would this come in handy? Well,
As a monitor?
as a monitor, that's
Monitor
a
for
possibility.
your-
Well, it's a 720p, by the way. Where I would put this would be out on the patio, right? Because I consider this kind of TV throwaway, right? $88, it can be out there. Somebody can steal it. You're not going to hurt. It can get rained on, pooped on, whatever, and it's not going to hurt, right? Even this Hisense 40-inch TV, they've got a 40-inch TV as well. Now, what's interesting is you got to be careful on some of these cheaper TVs because some won't even tell you what resolution they are, right? Whether they're 1080p, 720p. Keep in mind that the majority of programming today is still 720p. Okay?
Right.
You have 1080p, but you definitely don't have too much 4K stuff, right? But like this Hisense, it's a 40-incher. Now that one's a 1080p. So if I had my choice between the ONN and the Hisense, I'd go for the Hisense because you get, 7 more inches and it's a 1080p. Then they've got another one for $10 more. It's another Hisense. That one's $128, 43-inch. So they give you 3 extra inches. And that one's Roku based also. That's 1080p. Now that would be a good bedroom TV or a good kid TV. Now look at this. This was really surprising. ONN, once again, I don't know much about them, okay? But ONN has a 65-inch TV, 4K, okay, Roku based for $298. $298. It is incredible. $298. Now let's see what you get. Let's go into details.
Hey, ONN is a Walmart private label trade name. With
Yeah, but somebody
TCL,
builds it.
Hisense, Element.
Who builds it for him? Yeah, see, look, they've got only a select limited amounts of apps. So, like that Apple TV app, are you saying that you don't need a physical Apple TV now? That you can just basically have an account and access all the Apple TV stuff?
Yep, that's what it is.
Wow. So they
Yeah.
support Netflix, Disney, which of course is part of Hulu now, and ESPN, Apple TV, Roku, Max,
And
Peacock.
Durabrand are the ones that make ONN TV.
Who does?
Durabrand.
Who are they?
It's ONN TVs are made by Durabrand, one of Walmart's private label trade names.
Oh, wow.
So
Let's
they use
see.
a chain of manufacturers.
Well, you know the other thing that they do with Gateway. Remember Gateway?
Yes.
Well, you know, they went out of business a few years ago and they came back. Somebody bought the brand and now they exclusively sell their products through Walmart. So they're a private label for Walmart. So Walmart pushes Gateway laptops quite a bit.
Right.
Let's see. I'm trying to see the ports that are on here. But heck, even for that amount of money, that would not be a bad deal. I was trying to see how many HDMIs. Usually they show you. Well, I'll be darned. They don't show.
And the specs don't say?
Let's see. It's got 3 HDMIs, 1 composite, 1 USB, 1 optical, 1 coaxial, 1 LAN, and a headphone jack.
Wow.
So 3 HDMIs, definitely. Those are good to have. All right. Composite is the old RCA yellow, red, and white. So you've got something that can only be connected, aka an old VCR for your old VHS tapes.
Right.
You would have to use composite video, red, white, and yellow. Right. USB, got a USB port, an optical port. That is for audio. So if you have an HD receiver or a soundbar that has an optical, it's a fiber optic cable, you connect it from the TV to the device. Now, what's the difference? Sound quality. The sound quality coming out of an optical cable, a fiber cable, is better than HDMI, and definitely better than your white and black stereo from composite. So you always want to go with optical because it gives you better sound quality. And then, of course, coaxial. For those of you still on cable, you know coaxial is still used. So you need coaxial cable, a coaxial port. The LAN port. If you don't want to experience buffering, you want to have a hardwired connection to your TV. Unless you have Wi-Fi 6 or greater, right? If you have Wi-Fi 6 or greater, not a problem. Headphones. If you want to, use headphones for privacy, then you can use headphones for that. So that's pretty cool. So it works with Apple Home, Amazon Alexa, and Google Home. But that's not bad. I mean, $298 for something like that. It's just incredible. ONN's also got a 50-inch TV, Ultra HD, for $178. TCL, $228 for a 55-incher. A little bit of a better brand. Now, this was also surprising. Samsung. I've always liked Samsung, right? The quality of their resolution on their TVs is superior. They have a 55-inch crystal display, Ultra HD 4K. That one is for $278.
Hey, Jaime, which one are you buying? Jaime's watching. I wonder which one he's buying.
I don't know. Maybe he already ran to the store to go get it. Are the comments being updated?
He's watching.
Yeah, but definitely Samsung uh, is a good brand too. And they support Bluetooth as well. It's got, but the Samsung only has 2 HDMI ports, so you're limited on that one. Vizio, 43 inches, $148. Look at this one, 58-inch Hisense, Roku based. It's a 58-inch. Oh, look at this one. This is the other one I was looking at. Since I couldn't settle for 85, I said, well, 75 is it, right? So the one that I was looking at was the Samsung. 75 inches. Now that one measures 65.7. So that would be good for my section here. So let's see here how many HDMIs. Well, it looks like it has one. One? That's not good.
One's a LAN cable.
One's a LAN cable. There's a coaxial cable.
Coaxial.
USB. What's wrong with these people? I guess they don't think you're going to be hooked up more than just one thing. Well, let's think about this. Oh, but here's the thing about Samsung. Okay? Great TVs. You have to go with their app stuff. That's the issue. Let's see. Let's look at the specs. It doesn't say. Let me go. Specs. Oh, here we are. It only weighs 50 pounds. Yep. It's only got one HDMI. Look at that.
Wow.
Inputs and outputs. Maybe not. That's not good. So that's something to look out for. Oh, look at this one. Vizio 65-inch, $378. Now this one's an OLED Vizio 86-inch, $698. They've got a Samsung 75-inch for $598. TCL 65 for $358. Look at that 32-inch Vizio, $98.
$98. Wow.
LG, 70 inches, $368. Man, I tell you, prices have really come down.
But even at that, Dan, $500 for a TV?
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, the thing is, you know, you kind of have to think about, you know, it's a psychological thing, right? It's a psychological thing with a TV. The size. It really is. Because does it really make a difference, those 10 extra, right?
My
Probably
opinion,
not.
no.
The other thing is you want to look at your walls, right? We've talked about this in past shows last year and the year before last. People make a very huge mistake thinking that the larger the TV, the better. And what happens is your walls and your setup play a big factor. If you're going to mount this on the wall and your wall is bare, right? And your wall is huge, when you mount that TV on that wall, you're going to be disappointed because it's going to look small in comparison to the wall.
Yes.
Right? Now, I've seen a lot of people, what they do, they buy this TV, they hang it on the wall, and what do? They hang it too high up, so it looks smaller. In reality, the TV should be at eye level. So if you're sitting down on the couch, your TV should be at eye level. It should not be that high. So that's why back a few years ago, that was the big thing, right? Wall mounting these TVs. Now the trend is back the other way, right? Where they're putting them on, well, they call them TV stands now, right? It's kind of funny because we're back to where we were back in the 1970s, in the early 70s, right? Where TV stands were popular. Then those went away and people bought these entertainment centers, right? With all kinds of cabinets and stuff like that. And now we're back. Yeah, and now we're back to TV stands again, right?
We have the entertainment center that we've had since we moved in here. All right.
Yeah.
It still works. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And my daughter, I got her a TV last year, and she wanted a wall mounting, right?
Yeah.
So I asked my brother to come over. He put it in for her, and she loves it. Oh, that thing, it moves left, right, up, down, all the way around, and she loves it.
Yeah.
So
And that's the
now,
other thing. The kind of mount matters too, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the mounts that I have are the ones that use the different types of screws, and it's hell to unmount and mount. But they've got some new ones now that don't even require screws.
This one,
they kind of go like in like this.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's what it was. I think it was $70 at Walmart, the mount.
Yeah.
Let me see this one. My brother put it on, and hey, not an issue. I mean, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of that matters, you know, more than anything else. You know, like, but I've realized now that I can't sport something huge unless I move the entertainment section somewhere else. And as you know, I have no place where I can move it to. So I've got two big windows in the living area, so there's just no way.
Right.
So as much as I wanted the 85 inches, I'm going to have to settle for 75. Now, is it going to bother me? Well, eventually I will, you know.
I like the way you said that. Eventually you will.
You may get a call from me here in a week or two and say, hey, I need for you to help me bring this home, you know. But, you know, I'm going to be watching the sales, right? I mean, these are the initial sales right now with regards to TVs. We do need one. The one that we have here is old. There's a line at times that pops up on the corner. But to be honest with you, and then I think about it, why make the expense when my TV viewing is minimal now, right?
There's only a few. How much do you watch TV?
I don't watch like I used to, you know. Since I'm not a cable subscriber or a satellite subscriber anymore, Um, I don't watch as much of it. There's very few. I do more streaming than anything else,
Right.
right? So, by the way, Starlink is buying Hughes. Sorry,
Really?
Directway, Direct TV. Yep,
Wow.
yep. They announced it last, what was it? I think 2 days ago. So
So
that's going to
prices
be
are going to
interesting.
go down or prices are going to go up?
I don't know. I mean, the thing about Starlink is that right now it's still kind of expensive, right? I think it's like $99 a month. Of course, I'm paying $85 for fiber, right? But there's still a difference between fiber and Starlink. Starlink is still slow compared to, but if you're out in the boonies, and we know a few people that live out in the boonies, right? Can't get high speed internet. If you're up in the mountains somewhere, well,
Well,
Starlink is your best choice.
so $80 a month for service.
Huh?
Starting $80 a month.
Yeah.
Residential.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You know, if you're out there somewhere and you can't get a normal wired connection, that's your best bet, right? Short of T-Mobile's home service, right? Doug's on T-Mobile's home service. You know, he likes it. I know somebody else that tried getting it here in Brownsville, and they weren't able to get a successful connection. So,
Really?
yeah. So, you know, but yeah, so my TV viewing now is minimal. I used to subscribe to cable. I used to be a satellite customer for years, right? But, you know, the reality of it is I was paying a ton of money for a ton of channels that I did not watch, right? So I just decided to cut the cord, right? And all I do now is I stream, you know.
My
So
shows, like, for a while,
it's,
I used to be satellite,
yeah.
right? Then came
I
with
love satellite. I love
cable.
satellite.
Then had that for a while, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, go fiber."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, man, it's gonna be too much this and that." And like, hey, you won't regret it. So hot
And as
cord, not a problem.
and it was hard for me because, you know, I worked in that industry, right?
Right.
I came from that industry. So I never thought I'd see the day where that would go away, where it would become
Well,
obsolete.
let me tell you, I am happy with the fiber that I have. All right. I think in the past year that I've had it, I've had about 3 outages.
Yeah.
All right. And two of those outages were small, one was big. And by
Yeah.
big, I say over 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, no issues. My neighbor came the other day and she's like, "Hey, neighbor, do you have internet?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" "Well, who do you have?" I'm down." "Yeah, your service has been down recently." "Well, who do you have?" And I told her. I said, like, "Hey, can you send me a link, a number?" So I sent her a referral link. And hey, I don't know if she's gonna get it, but if she does, that gives me $100.
Now, have you got, I was going to ask you, have you had a successful referral discount?
Two.
What is it? What,
It was $50 with the previous company. All right.
yeah.
Now that they got bought out, it's $100 for you
But
and $100 for him, for the person referring.
is it just for 1 month, or do they like break it into 12
One,
months?
they give you a one-time Visa card.
Ah, okay. Now, can you use it against your bill or no? Sometimes you
If you
can.
want, if you want,
Wow. Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
the referrals I had on the other company were just for the bill.
Yeah.
So for 2 months, I didn't have a bill.
Wow. That must have been nice.
It was right, and a couple of months I only paid about $14.99. I'm like,
Yeah.
who? And then they gave me, for being a veteran, right? They gave me a $50 discount. One time.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah. What's going on with the airports? I guess the airlines are
Well, they're probably
cancel.
happy now because the Student Advances Government Funding Measure.
Yeah. I guess they were cutting flights or something
Yeah,
like
they were
that.
100 flights for a certain percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, which by the way, yeah, Starlink is now being installed in a lot of airplanes now too. So that's kind of interesting. You know, they
You want to hear the
found
funny part about Starlink?
uh
Our government building, was not able to receive any signal 24/7. So the
wow.
contractor came in, did the Starlink, right? And bro, boom,
Wow.
right? Now I don't know who was paying for it, how much they were paying, whatever. All right, but it got the phone line working and not a problem.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know,
even our
maybe
government buildings.
yeah. Well, you know, it works in the Ukraine, that's for sure.
Mhm.
You
I've been
know.
watching a podcaster that's on a Tesla. He traveled all the way from Alaska, and right now he's in Colombia on his Tesla, solar powered Tesla. All right, you know he has it all decked out, and he has a Starlink,
Wow.
and that's how he submits his videos on his YouTubes. And right now
Well,
he's
that's a big thing for a lot of the YouTubers, right? The ones that used to cover the launches here, they used to use Starlink. Now the problem they ran into is that what I don't know what SpaceX did down here, but they scrambled that signal a few times. So I don't
right.
know, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the fiber. You know, it really works really well.
I know you were hesitant at first.
Well, I was because you know I don't like to change things when they work, right? If it works, you kind of don't want to mess with it. But it was taking me a little longer to upload, you know, the content. A typical show like this that goes an hour, it would take me at least 20, 25 minutes to do an upload,
And
you
now,
know. Now, I think it's less than 2 minutes and it
mhm.
goes up. It just depends, you know. But it's a lot better than what it used to, you know, than how it was with the other company.
Right?
Not knocking the other company by
No,
any
no, no, no,
means.
no, no. Hey,
I
they're not
mean,
good service at all. But
they
hey,
were the first, right? They were the first, you know. It beats the old dial up, that's for
yes,
sure.
remember that.
Yeah, you know, it was horrible. Well, keep in mind that even the dial up to a certain point was fast for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we weren't running full-fledged video and all that kind of
Right,
stuff, you know. So,
right.
but
All right.
anyway, well, everybody, that was it for tonight's episode. Like we mentioned, it's going to we're going to go and have these shows up until Friday. We have a Black Friday series throughout the entire month, and then even after Black Friday, we cover a few weeks in December as well. So we'll be tracking those. We are going to have one also for Apple, so we're going to have Doug pop back in, you know. So we'll have a show on that as well. And of course, everybody, don't forget to watch the football game tomorrow. Who are they playing? I forgot.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're playing tomorrow? I thought they had a bye week.
No, I thought it was tomorrow. No, maybe they do have a bye week. Check. Jaime would know. Jaime would know definitely. Or maybe it isn't tomorrow. Maybe it is a bye week.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's been so long ago since our last loss.
Yeah, our last loss. Uh,
maybe we have a break this week.
I'm going on the schedule. Yeah, we just lost with you know who. All right, well, we're gonna name this.
I think it was the
Yeah,
13th.
November
Huh?
17th is our next game. It is a bye week.
Who is it with?
Las Vegas.
Oh, should be an easy one.
All right.
Now, there was something interesting today. I mean, obviously, this week was tough, right? With the situation with the player that killed himself, right? Especially after he did that touchdown on Monday.
What happened?
He apparently had some mental issues. One of the biggest problems, I think, that the football teams, owners, the football teams in general, they kind of don't watch out for these mental issues. They kind of either ignore them or they keep them under the table. And so he had been having some mental problems for quite some time. And I guess he had a fender bender. And while he was going through his mental thing, lost it. I guess he thought they were going to kill him. I don't know. Well, he shot himself. So, it's pretty sad, especially after he had scored that touchdown, right?
He was 24 years old, right? What was that?
He was very young. Yeah, 24. And then, of course, we found something interesting today. That when they traded Micah Parsons, they traded him along with a poison pill. What Dallas did as part of the trade is that the Green Bay Packers cannot trade Micah Parsons to any team in the NFC East. And Philadelphia was really wanting Micah Parsons. And now Philadelphia and no NFC team, East team, will be able to take Micah Parsons because of that poison pill.
Really?
So Jerry wasn't as stupid as people think he was. Not only that, but in agreement on that trade, we can't trade Kenny Clark or any of the other guys that we got back to the NFC North. So it's a poison pill.
It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, so it's Micah versus the other, right? So that was kind of interesting. It was not known until today. It was kept hush-hush. But the idea was that Micah Parsons was only going to be in Green Bay for just this year, right? That who really, really wanted him was Philadelphia. Well, not going to happen. So, oh well, So that was kind of interesting. But, well, I'm glad that it's a bye week. It'll give them an opportunity to practice and rest. Hopefully more practice than rest. And that's going to be an away game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be a better game for them. So it is a domed stadium, so they won't have to freeze. Yeah, so they won't have to freeze. It's going to be cold tomorrow, by the way. 40 degrees. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, that is it for tonight's episode. Appreciate everybody that watched tonight. Jaime, glad you're always watching. Once again, go out there to our partners, especially if you're looking for a pizza oven, a new fishing rod. For those of you that got pets that you want to treat them to a nice dinner, there's also Zeal Pet Foods. And for those of you that want to be like Bo and Luke Duke and want to own a crossbow, we've got, and I can't say any more, but we've got 2 more exciting partnerships that I'm working on. I hopefully will announce them as early as tomorrow.
Awesome.
But they are going to be very, very exciting, especially those two. So,
Is there any way
be
you can put a link to those partnerships?
on the podcast,
Yeah.
I plan to. I just have to design the screens.
All right.
Yeah, I have to design the screens. I'm kind of still working through the advertising. The problem is that these partners put out ads all the time. So this week it may be 80% off. Next week it could be 50% off. So there's a constant work of updating the apps
Right.
accordingly. So I'm still trying to measure of how much work that's going to be. But yeah, definitely they're going to be part of the screens here somewhere. They'll pop in, pop out, but we're still working through that. But first things first, the idea is to advertise them on the mobile apps.
Right.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll have another announcement tomorrow. We'll see. So,
Cool.
all right.
All right.
All righty, everybody. Have a great night. We will see you all later. Good night, everybody.